So a long needle with a slight angle could end up placing that filler 3, 4, 7 millimeters closer to the artery you're trying to avoid. If you're using a product that is as thick as Radiesse or calcium hydroxyapatite in general, it simply will not aspirate. It's like concrete. Once it's in the needle, you will never get any product back out of it. Now, I suppose you could use a non-primed needle, but I doubt in those days aspiration wasn't spoken about as much. There probably was no aspiration either. The other thing about it is being quite a thick product. I remember from using it myself, it requires quite a high degree of extrusion force. And I remember sensing that this was something that took away some of my control. So as I'm injecting, you want it to go in, nothing's happening, you're squeezing harder, and then suddenly it gives. So I never liked that about that particular product. It's like an inertia with the product. Of course, hyalase doesn't work as the key one, which we've covered already. The next thing that might be relevant is the instrument. Now, this I don't believe was the case in Julie's case because she says it was a 3/4 needle, which is similar to what we already use, 3/4 inch. But I know that sometimes that product and some of these products come with longer needles. And as I touched on last time, I think that multiplies in accuracy. So if you're injecting quite a thick, fleshy part of the face, remember what every injector is doing as they put the needle in is they're mentally projecting where that needle is going. And the deeper it goes in, the longer the needle, the greater the room for error. And I certainly, having trained thousands of clinicians, you quite often will find clinicians at different stages have different levels of accuracy and they think it's in one place. This happens a lot with cannulas, but it turns out it's actually in a considerably different place. So we need to be maximizing the resolution of our anatomical knowledge, but we also need to be being certain that our instruments improve our accuracy. So a long needle with a slight angle could end up placing that filler 3, 4, 7 millimeters closer to the artery you're trying to avoid, with it looking fairly similar to the injector. So short needles are probably safer. That's one more potential risk factor we could take from this case.